All right, I think we're good to go. Whew. Hello. This is not too excited for this. I mean, I am, but I think we're gonna be doing a whole lot more of this lately. Yo, what's up, Sano? We have great game. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't think it's necessarily over yet. We have had a solid start though. So yeah. Are they some new tunes? Nah, we've just been using some of the same playlists for a while. I don't think Stream Beats has come out with anything new. Actually, it looks like they have. I don't know if we've gotten to that. We could try it. Feeling this one though. Yeah, what's up, Just? Nah, we're on Stream Beats. I mean, the nice thing about Stream Beats is they produce new music constantly. So there's always just some new stuff. But yeah. So honestly, this is the start of this. Shout out to Sano. They reached out early. They offered to attack first too, which, you know, we stream pretty early on in the GAC round, so this is usually in my stream I'm just like, all right, I don't know if I'm gonna win or lose. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess, usually. Yeah, this is cool. So we already kind of know how we did. Great mods. So while we got you here, man, I saw you one-shot that Luke team, and I wasn't sure if that was gonna be worth posting. Did that do anything? I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself here. I haven't really treated the matchup normally. I just gotta know. I'm curious. We'll get some context in here, I guess, actually. Is what we're looking at here. Oh. Use the GL. Gotcha. So, I mean, Luke was gonna be my counter to your Luke, and then I just said, like, what if we crank the spice anyway? Yeah, it got one shot. Hey, use JML. Alright, like, I really wish I had used this last week, because it arguably actually could have salvaged me the win, because they ended up using Han Vader, and yeah, you chuck GK in there. That's gonna mess things up a lot. I mean, the crit immunity is gonna mess up Vader's attempt on Luke more likely than not. It's just some good stuff. But that being said, though, this is kind of the story for today. How sportsmanlike? Totally. Did not have to offer that. Did not have to do that, but yeah, I think it's going to add some nice framing because we do still have some work cut out for us. This Luke is going to be annoying because definitely could have been traded. My Triumvirate is so close, but they're so not. Capability box model. Oh yeah, JML's taking that fight easy. It's just a question of, it's kind of like the Darth Revan is. It's like, what non-GL is actually going to be able to kill it at that point? But like, JKR still kind of maybe? I might end up trying JKR today. Yeah, alright, we're getting way ahead of ourselves here. I'm honestly just kind of excited. I love when streams can go like this, but we'll go to the normal format. Yo, what's up, Moon? And welcome. What's up, everyone? Yeah, we have, I would say matchmaking was a little bit unfair, at least in terms of, like, we're ahead on a lot of relics, we're ahead on a lot of mods, we're ahead on a lot of Gear 13 and all that. I've voiced my criticisms about this in GAC in the past. I wouldn't really call this fair or fun, but yeah, more power to them. They absolutely did what they could and put up a good show. So, you know what? In his position, I'd say he did pretty dang well. But yeah, I mean, right? Like, this is why, like, matchups exactly like this are why I've always said that I think matchmaking should try to look at the stats. I mean, back in the day, I would say DSR, because DSR was what we had. It was all the rage. But, like, just try to get the mods close. Try to, I don't know, get the Gear 13 close. Maybe the GL count close. Right? Because, yeah, I've had some pretty crazy mod luck. I don't even know if I want to show this on stream. People are just gonna start hating me at some point for this. If you don't already hate me for my mod luck, it's only a matter of time. But I had a really stupid streak last night. I've been farming mods for like 5 months straight and just never slicing. And I got to the point where my account was getting full of mods, and it was like almost all of them run cuttable. Or I was getting to like, I was like looking at mods with like 4 matches that were like kind of bad rules and like trying to talk myself into that. And so at that point I was just like, we're probably just gonna have to go into slicing mode for a while. And then the first night that I tried slicing, whatever. I'll own up to it. We had an evening. We're not sorting by speed. I was so confused for a second. That was not what I expected to see. We hit a 5-roll 22, a 4-roll 21, a 4-roll 19 that hit offense, and this one hit potency, which is alright. That could be like kind of a Vader-ish thing. Hit the flat offense here on a 2 match. I didn't even necessarily... Oh wait, no, this isn't one. Hit the percent offense on the off roll here on a 4-roll 19, and then just for... I don't know, it's kind of funny. We also had a 4-roll that went completely abysmal. It just completely lost the speed match. Or like completely lost a speed roll's worth. But it still hit 4 speed, 1 offense, so I don't know. It's a weird dumb thing. This is still one of the better offense sets that I have, so who am I to complain? Yeah. I feel like this is really weird karma too, because I was really hoping to try to be able to get 25 plus mods before getting any more 20s. It's a really dumb problem to have. But yeah, that was a ridiculous dump, I guess, after just like months and months and months of bulking up. But yeah, this is absolutely gonna be the last. This is like a really weird GP bracket that we're in. I don't know if you feel the same way as Sano, but just like 3 GL with extra fluff, but not 4 GL. I've seen like a few people who are very clearly like, okay, they were like in the process of going to pick up Sith Eternal Emperor, but yeah. All right, let's get into the flow for real. So yeah, we have a defense that it did a lot of work. It does have a lot of extra stuff posted though. Their history was really inconsistent. A lot of the time they were holding 3 GL, but they were showing 1. I don't remember if it was I don't remember if you did 2 GL occasionally, or I don't know if it was just the fact that you were switching up who you were posting, but it just made it a little bit too hard to like try to adapt to my old strategy. Plus, now that the beans are kind of spilled on my match history on swh.gg, I also just kind of feel like mixing things up. Trash that, right? You cheering up if you're losing to her today? We will. But, man, for both of us, I think today's going to be all about the Lukes. I mean, we had CLS up top, get some good action in. Well, I guess I wanted to believe that South is going to be all about the Lukes, but maybe not. And we will absolutely... Ray is not my concern for today. Ray is the back show. Real question is, if we're not using Vader, are we going to try to force like JK or GMY? I've done it in the past, but I do have some questions. Try some cheese teams versus CLS and had to overkill it. That's the big strength of the team. That CLS team does have counters. We're actually going to do one probably leading off with it. But if you try to like value pick that dude at all with that modding, he will just completely roll you. I have seen him do things that people would not believe. JTR owns that CLS comp. He actually held against it once. Ando was streaming. It was Ando's attempt against it. And this, I think, was with Chupio dead, too. It was a 2v3. He got the heal immunity down on him, got CLS down to, like, 5% health remaining, 0 protection, right? Dude barely gets to take a turn off, and then just completely rallies and reverse sweeps. Did I play Ando twice? Yes. Once in 5v5, once in 3v3. I was trying to tell someone about that CLS modding yesterday, so I tried to pull up the bot. I think I got deleted with all of the Twitch copyright stuff. Damn. Yeah, like CLS, that bruiser modding especially, that CLS has done fairly well in my match history against JKR as well. It's, again, I'm not trying to sell this as like this team is bulletproof, but the list of teams that this team is comfortable against, even Padme, and we used Padme against a normal CLS, like that exact same team comp, but just, you know, normal, like more damagey CLS. Our Padme killed him in like 2 seconds. You get some protection in there, you get some tenacity in there so that Anakin starts regenerating him instead of anything else. You get that crit immunity in there. Man. Is some real spice. I know that I've been saying the Vader video is coming. It's probably going to end up being one of the more... I don't want to overhype it, but it is one of the more ambitious videos I've done in a while. It's like a 4-page script or something. It kept on blowing up, but this is like seriously like every possible thing that you need to worry about, so... But in the meantime, I do actually kind of just want to record a short video on this defense because A, 3v3 is ending soon, and I kind of just want to get this out there. But B, like, yo, these results have been amazing. And some of the stuff, like, okay, the DR thing, like, this is just like sheer mod privilege. I'm just gonna frame it as like a, if you can, it's worthwhile. The lower you get in speed too, like, you know, if they have like a Shock T that outspeeds or Darth Revan, it loses some value. It isn't unless you got some good luck with the 6D through A stuff that you can kind of float the idea of just having a stupid speed Malak and Revan combined. But I completely stand by the fact that I think for the most part that team is basically GL tier. Not quite. They did get mirrored last week for some okay banners, but yeah, I feel really good about that. This Luke team, I think, feels pretty devastating as well and is certainly a lot cheaper on the mods. Shock T already being pretty speedy herself. The CLS modding is sick. This is the first time that I actually posted new Dooku on defense. I wasn't sure if... Because I actually agree with what you said. I think there were a couple other teams that wanted to be traded. And so having GBA here instead of just posting Geos on defense, I feel like that might have been a strategic error. But we have some really good speed on Dooku. So I was kind of just... Like, if we're going to do the new Dooku thing, I kind of wanted to play them as close to, like, full strength as they could be. So... And then, yeah, just a basic... Couple trash teams in rear. Oh, shit. I was actually wondering if this team could get any traction. I'm guessing he was kind of gassed at that point, though. I think it was completely reasonable. Beskar Mando with veterans doesn't actually end up sounding that terrible to me. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not great. But it does kind of present a few characters that all kind of want to be taken care of first. I don't know. They're... You gotta throw your roster. Yeah. I'm not gonna read too much into that. Like, totally understand you being guessed at that point. I've been there plenty of times myself, man. But, like, I do feel like Han is kind of fast, right? Like, his speed is surprisingly not bad. But, like, you get him sped off with Beskar Mando lead? I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's still not going to generate that many stacks compared to, like, normal Han Chewie, but, you know, there's some stuff going on there. Alright. The part that I'm least excited for is the part where I have to live with my choices, though. Yeah. A lot of people have stopped posting Darth Revan against me now. I don't know if that's going to be in the cards for tonight. Vader would be the much preferred solution for JKL. You know, like, we don't have Triumvirate Gear 13 yet. That is gonna be coming in the next few weeks. We gotta gear set the Eternal Emperor first, and then we can worry about that. So we don't have the easy out yet. It might be... We can try JKR GMI. Oh, wait, we posted Jolie on defense, though. But maybe we would have to try Herman Yoda? Anyway, that's really all we're thinking about here. So I just kind of want to do this. And also, I want to start things off with something I feel like has been a little bit of a long time coming. We are, and by a long time I mean like a week. Not even a week, it was just like 4 days. I think this works. We're modded well for this. Fox is modded better than my Han right now. Is somehow how that remod ended up happening. Dude's feeling okay now. We actually have some pretty slick Fox mods. So, yeah. This is the team that will kill my CLS team, unfortunately. It does exist, and it is out there. Watt could end up being too expensive if a lot of people are relying on, like, Vader Watt for anti-Luke. But, yeah. I don't think this will feel that bad. Right? We need the self-cleanse. We'll get the weapon tech over here. The big question that I have is, can they just end up exposing down Fox? Looks like the answer, actually, kind of a maybe. That was my big concern, is like, if they get the strip off of Crew at the start, then Fox is kind of exposed, and like, he's beefy. But if they get some good exposes, and he's still in defensive stance too. Ooh, this looks really bad to me, actually. He doesn't have the tenacity data, so we could just go for TMR right now, but it's not going to be that great of an outcome. Alright, we're going to get counterattacked. Okay, pretty favorable RNG targeting, but that is extremely... Okay, so my concerns were completely valid then. Damn. I wouldn't really expect Crew to be able to do anything here. This is probably, I would say, timeout. They don't have any kill pressure, but neither do we. We could try to drop Chupio, maybe. Yeah, no, I don't even know if there's any real point in playing this match out. You have to use it on CLS in the end? Like, I get why it theoretically works, but man. This wasn't exactly how I was worried. Like, they stripped the taunt on Crew and then just exposed on Fox. I wanted to be hopeful. I could see it working. Like, if CLS fails to land the TM reduction on Crew, then you probably get the halt and you get to win from there. Like, is there... I don't actually know why Chupio's getting protection back. He shouldn't have a source, right? I'm trying to think. It looks like it's coming from the blind move. I don't remember that having a protection regen, though. Yeah, this is just gonna time out. Did we actually just get caught on a TM loop as well? Let's see, we have speed down. There's just too many team reductions. Wait, he missed? Okay. Yeah, I think we just back out here. Yeah, it looked like about 15% protection region. I don't know. That sucks. I feel vindicated because I was right, but I found out by giving the counter a shot. Alright, so let's work this down. We could just rerun Padme again. That works pretty well last time. Fin Poe, I think I scouted before the match, had actually enough speed to be fine. There is still the concern, in my opinion, that CLS counterattack could cause some wonkiness. specifically around this C3PO is slower than the last one, but Steelus would give it enough turn meter that he would be going before Finger Grenade. Alright, let's start off with the guarantees. So we maybe have a little bit of a weirder choice now. I wanted to chuck Hermit Yoda in here originally, but I think we might be priced into... What are we priced into? Maybe Barris? Barris will feel okay. Barris isn't bringing any protection regen for JML, but this isn't an ultimate. Is that scarier than Ultimate in 3v3? Because I was expecting Ray, and I saw that the Ray wasn't ultimate, so I was specifically holding JML for that, just to kind of trivialize Whirlwind. It's still probably only going to be about a 51 at best, but... Alright, we get the Barris, so everyone's health will stay plenty tidy. Yeah, with JML, the Whirlwind becomes less of a problem. Let's see. Yeah, we got options to try on CLS, but just... We did kind of burn Watt. Crew, I don't really care about losing. The rest, a bit unfortunate though. Alright, pick up the ability block. Just gonna have to get to work on giving her some reductions early and often. Steam doesn't have a drafted dispel, so we are just gonna kind of have to play along with the tank's plans whenever that comes up. At least until we get ults. This is the one matchup where JML ult actually is kind of just nice. Okay, we got the ults now. I think we can start pumping protection back into JML. It's basic. It's our main protection regen source here. Since we don't have a character like Shakti we could draft. Keep everything healthy. But we have Barris going, so we know we can get the taunt back up in time. This is where Hermit Yoda would have been, you know, nice to have, but... Not the end of the world. Speaking of end of the world, though. Okay, I'm gonna pass to Gas, who will give us turn meter, and then we pass to Daemon. She's on basic, but I think she's gonna outspeed us. I really wanna mess around with getting Gas Whirlwinded here. Or is that just what's about to happen here anyway? It's looking a lot like that. We kind of need this Vandor turn to crit us to give Barris turn meter, so I think we feed Barris turn meter to try to play into that. There is like a slim chance that she hasn't actually activated Whirlwind yet, but this looks low, so that should be. So... that or I just call Gas and we just keep on trying to lower her health enough that we could actually kill her. Yep. There goes Gas. Kinda as expected. I don't remember whose basic it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't a ton of protection regen, but I don't remember if it was Ray basic or someone else who actually got JML low enough after we regened him once. Oh, and the YouTubers matchups? It's not an actual matchup. They just shared accounts to... Like, the Urzatron versus... Zera thing was cool because they actually matched, and that was like an organic thing. this feels like them seeing that and just like artificially recreating it. I don't know. This is ugly. Yeah. We did need to keep Hermit Yoda though for this reason. Because of Crew Fox Watt failing. Hermit Yoda would have been the nicer option to have there, but right, because every time we called Hermit Yoda, that would have been extra protection regen back on JML plus close to the Force. But because we have so much extra on defense, because we have Jolie on defense, we do kind of need some extra pushing power. It is like a health set JKL. There's not too much extra bulk beyond that. We do have a very damage-heavy GMY, but the double Zeta Old Ben is going to come in fairly early and be annoying. We can give protection though, or tenacity. It's either that or we use Vader here, like Vader Traya or something to deal with the stun. And again, I would much rather sit on Vader for rear. We're kind of playing for value plus efficiency right now. We could try JTR, but JTR has been bumpy enough for me in the past that we've done this once. At least we did it with Jolie, and it went alright. Let's see. Actually, I don't mind having Hermit Yoda faster here. Can't say I mind that at all. So, I would love to basic here and go back around the horn once. But Old Ben's passive turn meter should take over a GMY, especially since my GMY isn't that fast. So we're supposed to just take this battle meditate and get back to 100% turn meter, then probably splash bonus turn into nuke for max damage. And that does solve a lot of our issues, except for the fact that we lost. Okay. Arnold versus Cubs is a match. I don't know. It's not their actual account, so I don't know what Cubs account is working with. It just depends on whoever's account he's using. I mean, right? They got a match, so the accounts should be fairly similar. Arnold has a crazy amount of stuff, so I would assume Cubs is working with the same stuff. Oh, he ignores Foresight, so he's actually... He didn't counter. That's odd. Does it only grant counter chance? Ooh, this is a lot of good stuff. Okay, we don't get counterattacks. Oh, we had a strategic advantage. I thought I did an assist call on it. That's why we didn't get countered. So I'd be a little bit early to pop. I think we should be fine in protection. Okay, so we got this part down. This eases a lot of pressure on us from here. For some reason I thought I was calling Yamai to assist, but that wouldn't make sense because we didn't get countered either way. I wasn't really tracking strategic advantage there. Nice. It's been a while since I used that. I really wasn't sure how I feel on that. I do think that Hermit Yoda first there was actually super sick. That wasn't really a deliberate choice, but I'm glad that I did it. I guess the one downside for this week is we kind of did just burn a lot of damage mods then. If this crew counter isn't trustworthy, then I don't think I'm really gonna even bother bringing it. Let's see. We need to check our speeds. R2 got downgraded all. But might not have been downgraded enough. I guess we could just like smoke screen first. Can't imagine how they got matched. They didn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm not like shit talking or anything here. They gave Cubs an account of someone who was in Arnold's matchmaking bracket, or like in his GAC group this week. Like visually speaking, it's the equivalent of I just went in here. It's the equivalent of like if someone gave Sano, or if Sano gave his account to Xerath or somebody, and then I tried to be like, oh, Fatal versus Xerath. Check it out, guys. It's like, nah, the player versus player, technically, yes, but like, when people say that, like when I saw Zera versus Urz, that to me meant that they actually got matched, and that's why it was cool. Because like, that's the thing to me, right? Is like, part of what makes Grand Arena so neat is the collision of all of the choices you've made over time and how that stacks up. Your mod good luck, your mod bad luck, your modding choices, you know? And so the whole like trading off accounts to try to set up like dream matchups kind of loses the interest for me, right? Because they're not controlling how the mod's locked. They don't, you know, they're not controlling the roster or anything. So you're just kind of, I don't know. It's just, it feels a little bit less organic than I'd like. All right, are we trying JTR here? I haven't actually done this matchup in a while. R2 going first, we could just smoke. I think we'll be fine. It's not actually going to be that good of a move, though. The CLS doesn't really have tenacity. We don't have that to worry about. I almost wouldn't mind going for Mind Tricks on Chupio, actually. Like, we're almost definitely supposed to do it on CLS, but Shiny Distraction is a bit of a pain. Let's try it. Yo, what's up, Paolo? So the unfortunate side effect of what I said earlier is I am kind of in mod slicing mode for now. I guess I probably should have just been recording, but if anything, it just would have been like this really weird, like, hey, I got really lucky, check it out, guys, tee-hee. And like, I don't really want to show off mod luck because that feels like it's sending the wrong message. Because the thing that happened to me last night is not realistic. Right, so like, look at this turn meter state, right? Is like, CLS isn't doing that much right now. He's really not. Chupio, on the other hand, ruins the stealth. We might not get ability block. We do. Was kind of hoping we get the days, but not the end of the worlds. Right, and now we have this tenacity down to kind of work with. Give us some extra elbow room to be able to fish for stuns that we don't land, but what are you gonna do? We could actually take this basic. This basic isn't actually that bad. And it was taboo to not wiggle, but listen, you offer me a days like that, I'm gonna be taking it. Definitely less than ideal there. Definitely just taking this killing blow. Definitely need you to relax. Yeah, we're just not feeling the blinds today at all. R2 is just not feeling much of anything, apparently. Okay, now you do, sir. We got the confusion off of him before that went, so we actually could just smoke screen on JTR now, probably. At last. A little bit after we needed it, perhaps, but you can't really rely on JTR to give you everything, always, unfortunately. We're just putting you back into hiding forever. Yeah, I don't know. I do kind of wish that I had JTR faster than R2 a little bit. Timely day. Mind Trick Chupio is what I do. I think it felt like the right call, but not hitting that days. And that was just like an 85% days miss, I'm pretty sure. I'll double check the Chupio if it was tenacity or not. Yeah, not really. It's just a bit of bad luck, but like, again, if you're gonna feel comfortable in a matchup, you need to play around the bad luck that can happen. Alright, so this is why we were doing what we were doing. And we're in pretty okay position. Do we have an anti-Padme plan? Spending Vader. We're spending Han. Nest doesn't really hang here. Fin Poe maybe, not necessarily always feeling the best. Fin Poe, we could go for Finn target GK first to avoid the taunts, and then Finn go for the special. Try to land buff immunity on Anakin, but even then, it still doesn't quite achieve what I was hoping for. Alright, let's knock out the gimmies first. Let's hit the stuff that we know we're hitting. Just need to do... I didn't actually do this. I checked the DR and I checked like the speed order, so it all looks fairly fine. The tanky Basileia, not really. Yeah, I don't think this should feel too bad. It is a really weird side effect, by the way, that in some respects this counter has gotten a little bit messier now that my Vader is Relic 8. Dude's got a lot of health, so even with the protection circle, like, look at this. That Malak drain is still, like, almost all of his protection just gone. So, yeah. Certainly, you know, you want Malak to not do that much damage to you. I don't think that's a particularly hot take. Fast L3, though. By the way, I mean, I don't have to correct the record because the video's not out yet. I was just wrong about L3's kit that I was talking about lately. For some reason, I thought that her ability to taunt with special was actually tied to prepared. I was just wrong. It was I thought it was heal plus damage and then taunt on prepared. Other way around. So yeah. It doesn't really change my instructions for the most part, aside from I would remove the prepared tidbit. There is maybe some decision making sometimes, you know, sometimes you will, like if she's just taking a beating on the drain. Did the nerf on Basileia affect this counter? It did not actually end up affecting this counter. I was incorrect. It had me concerned at first because you were theoretically missing a lot, but the conditions for when it happens means that it doesn't actually change anything. Basically, you got 20% turn meter, and you were feared, and the moment that your turn passed, then you would just retake, you would re-get 100% turn meter, so like, you basically get like 40%, you naturally fill 60%, and then you shoot back to 0%, and then you shoot back to 100%. In this case, with the Basileia nerf, you still just go to 40%, and then go to 60 naturally, so there's straight up no... What? Galaxy Heroes just crash? Weird. You know what? If that was gonna happen mid-battle, I'm grateful. I was busy talking. That could have been real bad real quick. But yeah, I think like with Relic 7 Vader, or sorry, with Relic 8 Vader, I think my Throne is just gonna get death marked a lot now. It just kind of tweaked the damage ratios enough. It's just something that I've noticed. It's a common pattern. But as you see, like, it doesn't really matter for the most part. Oh god, I didn't even check my Vader speed as it relates. Interesting. Okay. Wait. Why am I even talking like this is an issue? DR is faster. They're slower, but that doesn't really matter here. There is one other thing I really wanted to test with this counter, but I looked at old footage and looked at old testing. So the thing I was curious about here is I was curious if Maneuver here was like a Galaxy Brain play, just to avoid giving him Drain. But the thing that ends up happening instead usually is he just gets the Drain one turn later, and it's actually more deadly for you. Plus, I guess this Drain is actually just going in all three. Or we could just land Ability Block. If you land Ability Block, it uses some early pressure. We have Corrupted Battle Meditation, so we're kind of just chilling for now. L3 actually kind of needs a bit of a heal. But if we swap now, Basileia will go before Thrawn goes again, and then we can just Fracture Malak, so... We're kind of just chilling. Drop some damage on Basileia. Alright, Vader next turn should be what we're looking for. Oh, with those debuffs, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure where Merciless Massacre is at exactly. I mean, I think we hold it. Right. With the cooldown this long. This shock is actually upping it a little bit. Let's see. This fight is playing a little bit weirdly because they're so slow. So we probably do get mopped up here. Interesting. Maybe when I swapped to Vader there and wanted to get the Fracture Arm out, we probably did need to just swap to L3 instead. It was less turn meter to throw on, but I think it would have been better having our health here. That's actually the first time that I've lost with this counter. Let's see. Okay, that's not true. In testing, I lost to like slow tanky Bastilas. But I figured, because in that testing for the most part, it was when she had a crit avoid arrow and like crazy hell stack. You see that kind of in 5v5 sometimes. So if she had 100% tenacity at the start of the match, it's possible that because she didn't have ferocity, that her tenacity was higher. Maybe Vader whiffs? Or Vader should have enough tenacity, or have enough potency. Where? There? I don't think that this mod thing has any extra. Yeah. What do we have? 95% potency? So I guess it's like 5% less potency than we needed. 10%. I want to replay that. Because this could end up influencing the guide a little bit. It's the first time that I've fought a Bastila that slow. Alright. Let's take a look. So Deer went first, that's fine. All of this was pretty standard. One thing that's a little bit unfortunate about fighting... Well, it's not even about fighting high relic Revens, but just about doing choke first is... It does... Like... I don't know the output of my Vader yet. I don't know if he could take this call from here. But it does delay our second call enough sometimes. Or actually... No, things got weird because her debuff soup came out so late. So we got the second call. We were probably just supposed to take it at some point here, and we like tried to stall it out. Weird. And the funny thing is, I don't think this is really an issue as long as Vader is slower than Bastila. Right? Like, the rest of this doesn't really matter. Like, if we even... If we miss this ability block, I think it could still be okay. We hit the 9 debuff, so checking that damage don't hurt. we were definitely on overkill. We could see what the magic number for his DR was, but interesting. This was the turn where I was thinking maybe, well, so what was the, I mean, we can't really determine this based on what Bastila successfully did or didn't do, but I think Maneuver actually might have been a really smart play here. We use Swap, but Maneuver would have already gotten us the high Terminator that we wanted for cheaper cooldown what, right? Like, how does she hit? If you're on Vader, this Throne turn would have been the exact same, right? You would have just gone back to full Terminator, but now we would have had Swap? Is that better? So, Maneuver is like one turn up, one turn down, right? If you're using it. So if we maneuver here, and this turn we have Swap, but everyone's low turn meter, so it's not the hottest option. Or maybe we need to be thinking about Swap as more of a cleansing role here, actually. That actually could have been the biggest issue here, right? We use Swap for turn meter. Not really considering the fact that the damage debuffs were about to come out. But we actually just kind of need to play patiently here, I think. Wait, yeah, no, totally. I was correct. Maneuver is the right play here. Right? We cut our turn meter down by 50%. Bastila chucks all the debuffs out, and then from there, we can just immediately cleanse off Vader. Like, that is 1000% the play. If she fears Vader, maybe that makes things a little bit clunky. Like, if we're in this board state, Maneuver is down and Swap is up, we aren't really given a whole lot of great options. Basic on Malik wouldn't be the end of the world. We know we're not going to crit him, right? We'll give him speed up. He's already about to go, so it's not that much extra bonus for him, and then he'll get ability block next turn. Isn't that bad. And because we have offense down, we know we're not critting, I don't think we would necessarily proc a drain either. Man, a lot of moving parts. I do think it was workable, but I do think I kind of went in more gung-ho. I just hadn't really encountered... I haven't encountered slow normal Bastila. I do think this does need its own section in the guide. The one thing I'm a little bit nervous about, like, for guide making purposes, is different speeds could make this matchup play out a very, very fun, right? Like, even if I did a full breakdown of this and, like, said, like, okay, here's what you would need to do to get out of this normally. Still won't lead to people being in the same, you know, board states necessarily. If it's like a 240 Bastila or a 280, things might get weird. Yeah, I think winnable still. I mean, we know that the DR damage is too much. Interesting. All right. I don't know. I feel a little bit enlightened from that. Good takeaways. she had foresight in the beginning, so she didn't have DF or anything. I was mostly just wondering about if her having ferocity could have made the ability block miss, but that read was incorrect. The thing that ended up making the fight so wonky was that her debuff soup came out incredibly late. Maybe I want to speed down my Vader a little. I don't know. I already sped down my Thrawn a little bit, but like Thrawn speed doesn't really matter, right? Because dude is just cruising with so much turn meter that dude could probably be. If you go like 240, you're probably still okay. Maybe Basilisks go before your fear wears off at that point, and then you're in trouble. But I do think Vader could maybe creep on the slower ends. We do have 267 on. It really doesn't need to be. I guess the speed does matter to some degree for getting callback sooner, but interesting. Dissertation on estimation game theory. I think this is where Galaxy of Heroes is at its best though. Is like something breaks and like you can actually go in and like piece by piece break it down of like this choice screwed me over, this choice was a bit misguided. What does you? Enough tenacity that I think I'm probably not too interested in Padme. Oh no. The forbidden technique. It might actually just be time. We need to pair the forbidden technique with a good two-piece that can just kill him though. It could actually just be this. I was actually running into this in the Galactic Challenge. I was like, what is Piet's crit chance? It boosted it maybe a little bit more than I like. I mean, he's gonna be missing some stuff, right? This can't be that bad. So the whole idea going on here is that Droideka is basically a god tank against Malak. Malak will always focus the squishiest person on the team, and this Droideka is just bad enough that he can do the job perfectly. So, you know, reconstructive. Malak can dispel it every now and then, but you just go back into shield. It's always timed out pretty well in the past. Does mean Savage? He's about 50%, but also my Savage is, yeah. Listen, I'm already so ridiculously strapped for so many resources. We're making do with what we got. I don't think there's a bounty hunter solution that would be able to get contracts. Yeah, definitely. I haven't done this in a while, but I remember it being a little bit depressing from how bad it makes Melek look. I guess the big issue is we might not actually be potent enough to start, like, to be landing enough damage. I don't even know if I buy this. 140%, so when he gets to double threshold, then he's gonna have 200% tenacity, like 205. I don't think my mods earn that battle. Wait, why did I rob that cross? I was gonna say, 60% feels low for Palpatine. But I want to go frolic elsewhere, I guess. I don't think Spy really hangs here. Are we gonna have to do Fin Fin Po? I really wanted to avoid it. If we do, then we need to plan for Padme. Let's knock out the gimmies. I was gonna say we already got the Plague Stun, but I guess that's just not necessarily true now. I was gonna say we're waiting for Plague to do its work, but we're kind of just not, man. Ooh, we're in dangerous territory right now. I don't know if we have another Docker Revive, another zombie flip. You know what? If you play this matchup like this, we have all the time in the world. I almost kind of want to prefer going for the stun right now, but that feels like... Damn it. If we get the mass assist here, we get the kill. Daka might already be grace period banners. On Mothma. I was curious about her. I don't think we have the damage though. It is possible we get him low enough though. In 5v5 it would be pretty comfy. In 3v3 I'm not sure if they have the beef. The game size that I want. Yeah, we did get gifted that a little bit. We got gifted that, but whatever. They had a really good opener, so I'll take that trade-off. Really is just... We're being a little bit irresponsible not scouting speeds, but I don't think this matchup really requires it. Put you in timeout. Finn does not feel like robbing our banners today. I appreciate that greatly. Alright. So those are down. I don't know if we're going to regret spending Han and Chewie. I don't really think so. Not for these teams. Or like Padme, not happening. Alec, probably not happening. This song not really happening. So what's our Padme alternative if we're not going Fin Fin Po? Padme Mirror is less than pleasant but could work. I guess we do just have clones hanging out. You like Rex lead 5s with B2 or something weird just to stop their courage from really ramping. Would be an odd choice, but I could see it. Let's take a look real quick. Let's just go browsing. I don't know that they're really gonna see action anywhere else, so it's probably not even that bad. I need to try it. I know he should. Yeah. He's not really been used at all. It would be this for the most part. His modding also not that great. I just kind of haven't touched Mothma in 3v3 that much. This was like I was running out of credits and just tossed some stuff on. Granted, doesn't really change his job that much. I mean, she's the designated Rebel fighter tank. Her modding might not. She's She's got one war accounts, but I would prefer protection stack. We can try it. I really don't know. Like, we're looking for that breakpoint where he gets enough crit avoidance where we're not getting feared. But we lack so much punch through. This team is just 1,000 Vader cuts, and so, like, it would take him one drain to go back to high health, and then suddenly I don't think we get him below 75% anymore. We could go stick route. You farm 3 gel from scratch? Hey. This is a tough situation. We are committing more to defense than usual. I think we go Fin Po. I think we just bite that bullet. Let's just do it. That matchup with Padme isn't that great anyway, so we'll figure out a solution over there. We should only need to clear anyway. I mean, this matchup should be pretty okay. Apart from the whole getting feared repeatedly thing, but... I don't think we go for rotation combo because I think he still has one drain left in the chamber. I think we swap to Finn. I think Finn has this up. Definitely need it. Then we take those. I guess he didn't. I don't think we've triggered yet. Wrong. Okay. 2-4 protection off of that. Yeah. I mean, that is what Resistance Hero Finn's whole unique is for, right? But now we have to deal with this. EP loop team, not a thing. We don't have Barris. We have Treya but no Thrawn. Would the fear help here for RH Finn passive? Yeah, that's what I mean. Finn is pretty much specifically built to make brawling with Malik a more comfortable deal. That's a weird take. But it would give the mirror a trump card. Because otherwise, like, we're running Ahtoka pretty much at that point, and I don't know that that feels great for the mirror. I mean, it is and it isn't good, right? We get some extra courage control, but we're also just feeding them purple protection on stop. Why not try for the Padme? Two Gear 12. Basically the reason. She's mostly just modded to stand there when fighting Geos. I guess the protection stack is actually kind of sick. Isolate Padme Assault to Annihilate. But so let's do the quick breakdown, right? So turn order 261 Anakin, 264 Padme. So she opens with kick into Anakin AoE. which means we have from 261 until 237, and Trey might not be slotting in there. If I'm lucky, should be in the 260s range from some old counters. It did slip, but there is still some potential isolate on Padme. I still feel like it sounds like a Courage Bomb goes south. If I was more confident in my Triumvirate, I would take this so quickly. I don't know how I feel, but we're probably supposed to just take this. I would say I have a bad feeling about this, but also, yeah, if that Padme kick landed, I think we're already in a really good spot. That was also actually a really bad idea, too. We're supposed to just basic here. If Nihilist crit and GK was taunting, then we would be in a pretty bad spot. GK's about to go. The Foresight's a little bit annoying. Means we don't get to cycle Nihilist, but we're getting drained next turn anyway. Let's just get that Foresight out to clear the road for him a little bit. Yeah, I do think that early misplay. I think we arguably should have lost this. And we only get one Annihilate. I might just take it anyway. Alright, I mean, maybe a little bit too harsh on my Triumvirate. I don't even want to see what mods my Nihilist has on. My Nihilist has not seen action through all of this season at all. Dude probably just fell down the priority. Well, just... debuffs, keep it drains. I think we have Isolate almost back up. I think at this point we take the Isolate over here. Because we got that. The Her Courage Bomb does not really mean anything. Are we supposed to go for the special just yet? I don't know if we're gonna get another Scion turn. We probably. This team has 0 damage. 5k crits. We might even need to go around the horn one more time. Yeah. Please don't. Okay. Justified. There's the full protection banner. Yeah, that Nihilist AoE at the start was so greedy. That very, very easily should have just been a GK taunted to force to isolate GK. He is just outspeeding Padme if you can't isolate immediately. Yeah, that's just not the state that my Triumvirate's in. Any tips to get better just getting back into the game? Better roster, better gameplay. For better gameplay, I would just say, you know, find interested communities. You have one here. There's Gambit. There's a lot of places like that. Just places that can give you solid advice for what matchups to take with what teams and how to play them. Okay. I was thinking that Nest should be able to solo this team. At this point, I think our clear should be pretty secure. That was a little bit bumpy in the middle there, but what? I think this might be Pie of Time, actually. But for who? It's not gonna be Hux. I might just Padme Hux. That TM block is so annoying. Is, like, how potent are you? Could Nest have a favorable matchup here? Survey says no. Survey says get me out of here. Sure, man. Yeah, all I was really saying is just, like, if you're wanting to learn, you know, what teams use and what counters, there's my community, there's Gambit is another community. Just find a group of people that you can trust that know what they're talking about and can give you good advice on, you know, what's a safe counter, stuff like that. We do have a Discord as well. Post that here in a second. But yeah, I mean, all the game is for the most part, right, is, well, assuming you want to be a competitive player, you do all you can. Stop this guy from hurting me. You do all you can to try to farm the most competitive stuff, and then you use it on counters that aren't going to get disrupted. Alright, there we go. The best Widowmaker player for you? There's only one. God, I'd never really watched Overwatch Pro League. I was already kind of burnt out on Overwatch. There was one guy though. Oh god, it's gonna be so hard to even find. Who was this? I don't know if I can show this on stream. I don't know if that's gonna give me like DMCA at all. Blizzard maybe yeah, I don't know if OWL will get DMCA, but I'm probably not gonna risk it. There was one Korean pro who had an absolutely disgusting quad wipe off of a flank, and they were pretty sick. I don't think it was Carpe. I might be wrong though. I might be wrong. Okay, we don't have to do this right now. But yeah, that was the one play that I saw that was easily my favorite. Of just like, because that was the thing that was exciting to me in Widowmaker for Overwatch, was just like the potential for the character to just hard carry and just absolutely wreck a match was there. It was just about landing your shots. I mean, I guess that's true for any shooter, but like, in Overwatch, the stakes were higher. Oh yeah. While we're here, yeah, if you just want to stop by, the link is discord.io/theplaybook. If you're looking for in-depth advice, have a Patreon opening up in the next couple of days as well, alongside the upcoming guide, and then yeah, there's servers like Gambit as well. But yeah, just if you're wanting to compete in this game, do what you can to stay focused on building a competitive roster, and then get those counters down, and also work on your mods. Never fall behind on those. Mods are the game. Metas come and go. Mods are forever. All right. We nest in this. I'm a little bit nervous about you. I don't know. If her health is low enough early on, I could see him giving her a bad time. .234 no speed lead. 179 no speed lead. Perhaps. I think we nest this. Wait for your opponent to attack, it'll let you know how it goes. You have a GL advantage, but it looks like you're his competitor. Looks like you got this match. Yeah. That, but in the chat, by the way, is Qui-Gon. That should be our... Not even joking when I say this, our final boss. I have zero idea what I'm going to be doing against you. It'll be spicy, but, calls me. I'm either going to think extremely hard about this, or I'm just going to wing it. Because I do want to spend more time finishing up the videos tonight, but, it's going to be 3 gel versus 4 gel. It's going to be like a really, really high quality matchup, but just... Whew. Alright, we're trying to get some... buffs still going. We're starting to get some buffs. She's becoming a little bit more independent. I I am finally starting to watch the Clone Wars. It's actually kind of nice. It's like a bite size, just like, all right, we're taking a break, eat a meal, pop an episode on. I started off watching, I think, probably the roughest episodes in that show. And that's maybe why I've been the most negative on it so far. I do still think it has issues at times, but the stuff I've been seeing with is not nearly as bad. Like the Malevolence arc was pretty much fine. I didn't have any issues with it. Like I know it's like on all the skip lists, but maybe it's just because I know that ship from this game now that it's like I'm maybe a little bit more interested in it. And maybe other people just aren't, because it, as I understand it, it's kind of just that, right? But I don't know. Show's alright. I still have gripes, but I'm a gripey type person. God, I didn't even think about this. We're not even getting exposes for the exposed feet, are we? He's so tenacious. You jerk. Ah, there we go. Give me the pity expose. YouTube is glitching hard. I have no dropped frame. Well. Aw. Weird. Alright, well, you didn't miss much beyond Ness just solo mopping everything. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the stream quality up on the side, but like, whatever is happening, I don't think it's on my ends. Your Twitch stream died? What the hell? Internet's not doing too hot? I don't think it's me. It might be the restream. Let's see, the kilobytes per second is fluctuating. Maybe that's a bad sign? But I don't know why I wouldn't be dropping frames then. Alright. Keep me posted on that. Hopefully, whatever. We're getting close to the end. Just gonna wrap up. How tenacious? It's alright. How fast? Enough to be annoying. Don't know if Padme. Imp Troopers, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna have the punch through 3v3. So if we take it over here, I just don't know how much damage. Like if this was 5v5, punching through them with them being unable to be crit, I would say it's still no issue. For this, it's time for the gratuitous guard battle. We actually almost got there today. Yeah, Jojo. I multi-stream between YouTube and Twitch. Most of my audience is still YouTube based, so even though Twitch is the more predominant streaming platform, I make sure to keep both running. I don't know, I might be the weird one out in that aspect. The big downside is I can't accept like Twitch donations or whatever, but not really the point. This is annoying. Like, our best nest killing tool here is actually Rex. But I know that that matchup has the capacity to just get stun taxed into oblivion. I'm trying to figure a way around it. Maybe we just don't worry about it. As in, like, maybe we don't What's the exact rules on Dooku versus GR? So double counterattacks against clones. There's nothing about can't be resisted. I think Imp Troopers would kill Dude and Dooku and then time out on Nests. Not even time out, probably just outright die. We could try clones. How do we just go this route? It's not the perfect solution. The one downside I really dislike about this team is how reliant we are on Palpatine stuns sometimes at the start. And actually our potency, we're only gonna have about 35% chance to debuff Nest at any given time, aside from Emperor's Trap. That actually feels kind of bad. I don't really have a good answer beat. Like Mon Mothma, we have a lot of cleansing, so we would be able to, unless they happen to like link up really well, Mon Mothma could pay their taxes regularly. What's our hard inventory? So we have a pick 2 between Imp Troopers or Palpatine P. We have a weird Sith medley, kinda. Not actually that bad, but I've certainly seen better days. We have Monpa, we have clones. We have Wampa pretending he's still relevant. This is a very, very weird cross everything here. I think we kind of have to just go for the tenacity route. Nest is going to be able to dispel the tenacity, which is an issue. And so is you. Doesn't feel fantastic. Not sure we have much of a choice. Alright, what could possibly go wrong? We're not spending the Dispel yet. I guess Dooku counterattacking us and critting is pretty sick, right? Kinda have to be happy about that. We were opening Pandora's box a little bit with the Dispel and stun counterattacks, though, with those taxes coming down. I'm perhaps a little bit less thrilled about that. Alright, we're paying. Get ourselves a little bit out of debt here. Those days is actually kind of nice. It means that those other taxes aren't going to be an issue for a while. This is what I was talking. We actually can't kill Newt. If we kill Newt, it's just going to give them the next extortion sooner. Okay. I think we're supposed to pop special here first. This should cycle Rex to about 90% turn meter. Just counter me, dude. That's fine. Pay our taxes now. Get her out of the picture. pay our taxes aggressively. That shock was actually fairly clutch for him, I will say. That just denied me a lot of healing, potentially. That went about how I expected. The extortion stun combo can just be so annoying, but we didn't really have, I feel like if we had Padme floating, I think that'd be one thing. We didn't really have a team with a good solution to it. Like L3 on cooldown as well. Or L3 used. Alright. Do we just... This is gonna feel particularly incredible. But I feel like this is probably still the better choice than M-Trippers here, since they do have the Zeta. It is possible that giving Palpatine Mark at the start here is just gonna get him absolutely blasted. That would be pretty unfortunate. But when has it ever stopped me before? Or we could just land every single stun. You know. Just normal stuff. We probably should just pop stun there. Got a little bit too into it. This... I don't know what this is, and I don't necessarily want to find out, but we do have Pieta 100%, so... we get priority. Like a daze on you. Well, we had it. For a moment. I do think we might walk out of here with 53 question mark, maybe not looking like a 52, maybe not. 51, man. Oh wait, wow. All right. We'll take those. Finalizer to start and a rebel. Okay. Man, I don't know if I like this or hate this. This is fun, but it's so stressful. Like, God, if we could have just mirrored JKL or whatever to start, or whatever. I guess from now on I'll be a little bit more confident with JK or GMY against Duke. I will say, though, if we ever fight this team, Hermit Yoda going first would actually get punished pretty hard there. Or like we would have to do Master's Training aiming at GK, and that gets a little weird. Right, that would be the one situation where not having JK our fastest would get, I don't know, kind of ugly. Just something to think about. I might have to tweak that. It's not that common of a variant though. Alright, we're just doing Separatists here, I think. Just sticking with the game plan. We do also have Radis online as of next week. We're getting a lot of stuff online next week. I don't think I get sent the Eternal Emperor in time though. I don't remember how the ticket farming rate goes, so. Finalizer, we don't really need Evan Hawk, right? And then I think we'll pay the coward tax. Probably won't do it against Finalizer. We probably don't even need any reinforcements against Finalizer, but we'll bring one. We are not stunning. I'm not sure if this was the right call to be focusing Y-Wing down first. It's what I'm doing, but I mean, Biggs does have protection up, so maybe he just has that extra bulk to make it not worth aiming for him early on. I don't really want to get rid of that buzz right, and I kind of want to get the taunt on him, so we'll just take this now. This is a little bit greedy to go for now. I don't expect that this would kill. Yeah, that deflected the big hit. That, on the other hand, Phantom out. It's fine. Vulture Droid, because we're not. There goes all of our protection banners. Don't worry about it. Yeah, now you decide to taunt after your ship dies. Good stuff. Alright. 61. That's about average. Then from here, this should just be this and this. I guess in case he has like a TIE bomber or something, we'll bring Plo. I don't expect this to be that difficult. This is kind of funny. Hunted on Houndstooth kind of affects his ability to taunt early on. Juicy target locks. A juicy target lock bomb. Did take a little bit of heat on Anakin, but you know what? I would call that a happy landing, ships-wise. So yeah, I mean, this, I'm a little bit sad. I wanted to be wrong. I wanted to believe that like Crew Fox SWAT would be fairly manageable for this team, but that went pretty much how it was going to go in my head. They do the middle special on Crew, they expose Fox a bunch. Fox has health stack, so those exposed are getting a ton of value. Yeah, GG Sano. Thank you for just making this a really fun experience. I definitely think I would have been like, God, if I attacked first here, I actually probably would have been sweating so hard tonight. HT was a bum there. But like, would still probably rather take an HT hunted than anyone else. Ship credits, all the ship credits went into Radis for now. Next up will be probably has to be GR Y-Wing, but like the problem is because we're on Palpatine now, we're kind of just off this node for the foreseeable next 2 weeks or whatever until we get there. So yeah, I mean, we got the cleanse, probably be poking at this in Fleet Arena tonight, discovering a new fleet. Smash. Yeah, this is what we're fighting next time. Like, dude just has everything where it needs to be, and some extra. Real okay WAD I respect the hell out of. And like this modding too, you chuck this in like a GG. Like this would be such a fun WAD to put in like a GG 5v5 team. Obviously not the best usage, but just like the bulk modding. It would just be so annoying to kill. Yeah, I do think I want to start going a lot more defensive, especially like once we get Sith Eternal Emperor. I think the name of the game for me is going to be posting 3 GL and 5v5. Because yeah, honestly, like I really love my defensive setup this past season. I think it's been super sick, but I think for streaming purposes, it's kind of boring because it's like this combination of 5 teams that works out super well, but then we kind of just have everything else for offense. So the streams haven't been too spicy. It's just like, all right, we have, you know, 1 GL plus other options. And for the most part, it's okay, because people have to kind of hold GL against me. Qui-Gon is Madman? Yeah, we're gonna be, we got our work cut out for us. is... You know what? I'm kind of glad this happened, though. It felt weird that this hadn't happened once before we leapt into 4GL bracket. It's like, we're gonna be close to same GP now. But still, just the fact that they have, like, this level of leanness, and, like, they've got the Sith Assassin too, right? So, like, my account used to be considered fairly lean, so the fact that he has GL plus ultimate and we're still, like, the same top 80 was just wild to me. Like, he's got the Bistan. Like, Gear 13 Curie, he still does have, like, some of the weird side flexes. What is it in my top 80 that's causing so many issues? Probably, like, the Vandor. Maybe the Bosk. Bounty Hunters? Yeah, we're... Like, my Bosk is higher relic. But, like... Man, where's the disparity? Like, I look at everything he has for the most part, and it's like, yeah, he's, like, a requirement, of course. He's got the Triumvirate, he's got the Block 5 Sass. Newt Gear 13. He's got the Beskar Mando, that's not a GP gap. I don't know. I've got some fluff somewhere in my account. Maybe Mon Mothma, kinda? I mean, how's your Rebel Fighters? Yeah, you got Zeta Pow. Yeah, you got the Relic 3 Kara, yeah. I don't know why I even checked resistance, it's all just gonna be GL requirements anyway. No? I mean, Kiadi Mundi, it's kind of a GP difference, but not really like that big of a gulf. Geos are better than mine. This is exactly the same as resistance. There's just no point even scouting. Oh, right. It's the Zetas. Sorry. Forgot about that. Yeah, just the insane Zeta discipline. I used to be the same way. I think, like, I used to be extremely shrewd about Zetas to the point that, like, I didn't even take, like, CLS unique for the longest time. I think look, my CLS was just running around 0 Zetas. And honestly, he was actually pretty fine with that. Aside from, like, you need the lead for certain counters nowadays. Man. I love it. I, like, got super complacent, but I feel like if I had kept up that discipline... There is, like, let's see. Like, you're Zeta pinching even here? I mean, so this one... I mean, this is essentially... Like, this is actually one that I actually considered cutting for a while. And not keeping. Or, like, not taking, period. Because this actually does make Luke a viable candidate to get ult charge, by the way. Because... Like, because he gains Jedi Legacy with the Zeta, it's nice because it gives him a Taunt Ignore, which is, like, pretty sick value. But yeah, I would agree with that. I don't know. I would say that the Taunt Ignore has mattered a lot for me lately, but I think that, like, especially if you're trying to GP pinch, could definitely agree with that. Where else did you cut corners on, sir? I almost went to next round expecting to see him there already. Single Zeta Crew, I was there for a while as well. I assume it was the unique. He's like the unique, but not the lead. Yeah. Could take it or leave it. You lose some potential protection. The Zeta Vader, skip both Thrones, I agree. Wait, did I take Thrones, Ebb and Flow? God, I used to die on the hill that this Zeta was so bad for so long. Grant, oh god, I took it. Of course I did. Yeah, so basically I started playing a lot around the Treya meta, and I used to get into so many arguments with people that this Zeta was not only overrated, but that it was trash. Because if you're playing Triumvirate mirrors, your Throne was just pure value for the enemy team, non-stop basically. If you countered, you were killing your own Throne sooner. You were giving them speed up that would then convert into ability block that didn't actually mean anything because it was just getting debuffs, right? Like, I didn't have this Zeta and it felt like such a huge advantage climbing an arena once I finally got my Treya. Yeah, my Thrawn could actually just stay alive for a while. It was sick. I like that. What else we got here? Does he have Foss Zeta? That's a big question mark for me. It doesn't. So I actually I also hated this Zeta for a long time. But I think now that our Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is out, I think you kind of have to take it. Just because if you happen to roll that SLK assist off of a Foss counterattack, it's really low odds of value. But it can kind of just wreck a fight sometimes. It depends. Like, if the team is just getting JK or JK'd, it can still happen, but it's like really, really rare. Anyway, man, this is like almost looking in a mirror from the past. This is like all of the same Zeta pinching that I was doing. Well, taking a little bit more extreme, but like, let me guess. I don't know why I took this one. I guess I wanted to believe. I took it when I took her to Relic 7, thinking that like the crit damage up and the offense up could lead to her being relevant. This Zeta I took, and I am glad that I took it. It's 2 possible ult charges. That's true. That was the way that I looked at it back in the day. Was my biggest argument against it was, okay, 65% chance to counterattack, then like 60% chance to call an assist, I think it was. And then like back in the day, all you really cared about was getting like a Fox assist. Which I guess like anyone would get turn meter with crew lead. But like Fox assist was like the big value, right? That was giving the whole team turn meter. So it was like you got a 65% of a 60% of a, well, 25% to call Fox. And it was just like, they just trash. But this was also back in the day where Zetas were like so hard to come across that it felt like I had to be super stingy. Lead and nothing else? Or buys all things? Buys all. That does, okay. The lead for CLS is definitely worthwhile. Even in a Zeta pinching mode, I kind of like triple Zeta CLS. Period, man. I will stand by that. JTR, I think you could definitely leave it at 1, arguably 2. Get that passive cleanse. Has mattered a lot of fights I've been doing lately. Did he take the Resistance 0 pose Zeta? Sorry, this is like, he did. It can actually matter sometimes, but I actually agree with that for the most part. It's mostly like in weird situations where like if people are trying to use Geos for cleanup, then that passive dispel can actually just strip stealth off a spy sometimes. But still agree with that. He's got the 1 Zeta Chewie, good. That cooldown increase doesn't really stop anything. Still not really sure why I took that either. This, if he's posting CLS on defense, this one, this thing actually could hurt a little bit. I do like this, yeah, no, this is cool. I mean, this is like, this feels like the concept of Bus's account, but you're still meta chasing, but you're just cutting so many corners to lower your score. Man. Does he have both Atreus? He has to, right? There's no way you can cut. Yeah, of course. Wait. So his Vader couldn't actually strip out a Hermit Yoda. There was something else tied to that. I don't really remember what it was. What even is Scion Zeta? I don't actually remember. Wow. That would actually be, if I were in your shoes, I would, like, if you're doing Triumvirate versus Geos, you're kind of just like you get one good AoE, and then you're just kind of fingers crossed. That's a little bit spooky. Yeah, this is just fun. I haven't really gone through an account like this in a while. It's just like, feels like it's full of surprises. EP probably cut the unique. The unique is actually not bad, by the way. It has actually gotten me back full banners in GAC sometimes, but like a banner in GAC, if you're being like penny pinchy with the Zetas isn't really a good argument. I assume that this was for a C3PO event. I'm guessing you might have just done this early. With how shrewd you're being with other Zetas, this... I mean, don't get me wrong, not a bad Zeta, but like... there's other value you've passed up that makes a heavier flourish feel... I don't know what I'm talking to you now, I know that you already said that you're piecing out. GAC would get super boring. That was kind of where I landed. I just kind of did that shift gradually over time and kind of forgot why. But yeah, like... being... like... curating an account that was like super efficient and just like crazy slim was cool. But the reason why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to min-max being able to fight harder opponents, and that kind of just never... right? Because of the JAC matchmaking, you're only going to fight people who have mostly worse accounts than you. You don't even need Gear 9 Troopers. I think I might like Gear 11 before I could approach it. And Pieta is just such a crazy power spike, though. I'm a little bit shocked that Pieta hasn't been nerfed somehow. Man. Alright. Well, let me guess. Number crunch, but not comment on out. Yeah. Yeah. We'll be fighting this next time. No Rampage? Or no Lead? I guess if they were at a point where they're only using Mother Taliesin anyway. Actually fair. This is gonna be a very, very weird one. Kinda can't wait. No Daka Zeta Relic 5. That feels a little bit unfortunate. Some missed potential. But hey. It's their account. Wait, they don't have Mother... wait. This is just a replay, right? Oh. I like that Zeta. Huh. Yeah, wow. This is just an insane account. I have not seen an account like this in forever. Alright. I think we've said what there is to say. We'll have our work cut out for us next time. 3 GL versus 4. Just... this is cool. I think this is going to be one of the cooler matchups I've played in a long, long time. This is just... yeah, crazy efficiency. So yeah, I'm gonna... I don't know how much prep I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to come up with a plan. My focus is still just on getting the video done. So... we'll see. Did you win it? Yeah, we got there a while ago. Alright. Calling it there. I haven't eaten today either, so I'm gonna go take care of that. Yeah. Next time is gonna be wild, so hope to see you there. You'll have a good rest of your evening. Hope you have a better round than I did. I don't know. That Fruit Fox Watt. Again, I have like... at least I have evidence that I was predicting that it might be rough, but I came in hopeful. Oh well. Maybe it's unlucky. Maybe I just played it perfectly, but it is a risk. Yeah, hope you all have a good rest of your evenings. Hope you all have a good rest of your GAC rounds. And yeah, peace out.